something that has nothing to do with football, but is like a cool psych thing, since we kind of talked about how I studied that in school. This has nothing, but I feel like people might find it interesting. Do you know they just like they've done a lot of like longitudinal. Don't worry, I'll learn how to speak a different day. I have a podcast, so it's good that words are a part of podcasting. Um, Over a long amount of time, lots of researchers did studies on rats, which so sad, by the way. The way that do you know how they get rat moms to be abusive is they take away the rat's homes. That way the rat can't, and I worked in a research lab that like dealt with rats when I was in school, but I typed on the computer. I didn't do anything like actually with them. That was for the grad
Yeah.
students. But they take away their homes, and then the rat mom gets stressed, and because they can't provide a home for their kid, they actually end up abusing their kids because they get like stressed. But anyways,
Ooh.
so what the
Whoa.
researchers did is they did this to try to test like PTSD and like trauma that's happened. So like they looked at like the Holocaust and like different. I feel like I'm going really sideways. I hope that your channel doesn't get taken away for talking about this. But basically, they found out, and this is pretty certain now because they've done like enough studies for long enough with this, that your embryo is actually exists inside of your grandma, not even your mom. Isn't that kind of crazy? Because
Huh.
when so and the interesting part of this is if your grandma suffered trauma or something, and they even showed this with rat dads too. So like what they did is they would like have a rat smell like a cherry blossom, and every time the boy rat like smelled the cherry blossom, they would zap him. And so then like eventually, much like the Pavlov's dog where he starts
Right. With
salivating,
the bells and
much
all
like
that. Yeah.
that, the rat start as soon as they smell the cherry blossom without even getting zapped, they get scared. And they found out that so like not just that rat's kid, but the next one, so their grandchild rat, who's never like they do it so they never have any contact. So it's not like the rat can like warn the kid, like there's no like
Yeah.
communication going on, but that grandchild, when they smell cherry blossoms, are scared. Isn't that crazy? They're like heart rate racing.
Wow. They
So they've
inherit that.
shown. Mhm.
Whoa.
Mhm. So they've
Whoa.
shown like if your grandma was like stressed or going through something traumatic in when she was pregnant with like your mom, then like you have a higher probability of like developing anxiety or PTSD. Like in your genetic code, it's like more made up because
Wow.
when your grandma was producing your mom, that she was anxious.
She passed
Even
that
if by the
fear
way,
to
their
her
whole
child.
entire life, like even if in your grandma there was no like genetic code for any sort of like mental illness or anything, like even if she didn't suffer from anxiety or depression, if only during the like if during like 6 months of her life, it just happens to be when she's pregnant, something traumatic happens. So they looked at like the Holocaust, the Vietnam War, stuff like that. Grandchildren of those people are like more likely to develop that because it's like in their genetic code. I just found that really interesting.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So there's an experiential link between a
Hmm.
grandparent and a grandchild
Yeah.
solely on what they experience while giving birth.
Yeah. In the solely what they experience
Whoa.
while pregnant in the
Yeah,
womb.
during the
I
nine
found that.
months.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
found that so crazy. And it's
Unbelievable.
like
That's
it's
amazing.
not just in it's not just in like utero of the grandma, because that was like initially the takeaway was like that whatever just your grandma's going through
Yeah,
would like
so it's
affect you, but
hardwired for
also
everybody going
but
forward.
it's also in your grandpa, like when he makes the like egg, the semen that goes into the egg, like it's the same thing. That's why they tested it, because people are like, okay, it's like a female thing that's like passed down, but no, it also exists. That's why they tried the cherry blossom thing with the male rats to see if it like affected their sperm the same way, and it does. And I just found that so interesting. It has absolutely nothing to do with
Oh,
football, but
it's
I like
fascinating.
heard
Yeah,
that
yeah. Well,
later.
I appreciate they learn something new.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I love
Paula,
cherry
it's
blossoms.
a good reminder for me when I was watching this. I was like, I should call my grandma and be like, so what were you going through? How
Yeah,
were you doing
yeah.
good? Were you doing good? Just a reminder to be really nice to pregnant people, apparently.
Well,
Um,
always kindness. Always invest in
yeah, yeah,
others.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
key to life.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was all.
That was
Bill
fun.
Nye the Science
Okay.
Guy. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.